Hey, welcome to the Dr. Jimbo Love Show. I'm here with Seth, Matthew, and Seth, I'm excited.
I'm really excited.
We just had a weekend that was incredible. I went 0 for 4. You were what?
I either went 2 for 4 or 3 for 4. I can't remember, but we had some great football.
Oh my goodness. That Buffalo game against the Chiefs.
That was just unheard of. I mean, Patrick Mahomes, hats off. You are a superstar.
13 seconds, 75 yards. And not only that, but he turns around and does it again in the first drive of the overtime.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what, and we're going to talk more about this, but Buffalo, what we saw was a classic example of a team that has not learned how to win yet. And we're going to parlay that in because Cincinnati's in the same boat. Cincinnati doesn't know how to win. You guys go back and think about what happened with Michael Jordan. Okay, you remember how great the Bulls were in the 90s? They won 6 NBA championships. But what a lot of people forget, that was in 1989 and 1990 back-to-back. The Pistons knocked the Bulls out in the conference championship. Okay? It took Chicago a while to learn how to win. Once they learned how to win, forget about it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
But I mean, this Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, just the confidence that Joe Burrow shows, I wouldn't be surprised for him to make some noise still left in this playoffs in this short thing. Super Bowl's next game after this one.
Right.
And he just has total confidence. You see him celebrate in the locker room. He doesn't have a care in the world.
Well, he got knocked down, 9 times, though. He was sacked 9 times. Plus, remember, he's been sacked 52 times during the year. So Joe Burrow is a tough guy.
Mm-hmm.
But what's going to happen? Well, this is just a preview. We're just trying to get kind of wet your whistle. So here's what's going to happen. We've been doing a part 1 and a part 2 for the past 2 weeks, and it's worked out pretty well. So our part 1, we talked about it a little bit last week, and we're going to talk about sports betting. Okay, I'm going to take the side that I believe that sports betting could be a way of opening a door and bringing in a dark element, and games start to become fixed. Okay, so tune in. Seth is going to pick the opposite side and just give him just a brief summary of what you see sports betting, the positive things.
Yeah, so I'm taking the other side on sports betting. I think that it brings more fans to the game, and it makes people invested into the sport longer. We got to remember, these seasons are long. So my argument's going to be that this is better for the game, it's better for viewership, and it's better for overall for fans to stay interested.
But and I love that, and it's going to be a great show, folks. So you want to tune in. We're going to post it right around 1 o'clock on Saturday on YouTube. We're still working out with YouTube right now so we can stream live. Once we start streaming live, our show will take place between 10:30 and 11. Probably we'll figure it out that maybe we'll do it at 11 o'clock so that everybody can tune in. But right now, YouTube is only allowing us to tape a show and then upload it. So look for us around 1 o'clock. Now, it's going to be a fired up show.
Oh, yeah.
Because this topic could be another one that we bring back even afterwards and we talk about the following week. Because there is so much money involved.
Yeah.
And you know what? Before we start arguing about it, I see the benefits. And Seth, I think, sees that there is a dark element. Mm-hmm. So this show, folks, you do not want to miss. Okay, the part 2 we're going to talk a lot about college hockey. We had some major things happen. Cornell University knocked off number 1 Quinnipiac. The night before, they played against a Princeton team that basically is probably 50th out of 60 teams in Division I hockey, and they got beat. Okay? It shows you the purity of these kids, and college hockey is something that you really need to see. Seth, tell them a little bit about what you got. What are you going to talk about with college hockey?
Yeah, I like how you talked about purity, because you know what? That's why we play the game. Mm-hmm. That's why we watch the game. You see these people all invested. You think a team's going to win, and it just doesn't happen. It makes the games exciting. Now, St. Cloud State set a record for the NCHC. They beat Miami handily, 11-0, and then they crushed them again, 8-1.
Wow, that's a lot of goals.
It
That's
is
a lot of points.
It is crazy because Miami used to be more near the top of the NCHC. They are actually one of the 8 champions that have been in this league. But St. Cloud State has a tougher test this week, and we'll preview St. Cloud State versus North Dakota, which is always a great rivalry.
Where is it being played, Seth?
So this one's going to be in North Dakota.
Wow, so that's the great facility, right, in Fargo?
Yeah, because North Dakota has already traveled to St. Cloud this year.
Excellent. So if you guys get a chance, I mean, you can stream any of these games. I'm telling you, we're talking college hockey. And you know what? We're in Denver. And you can go watch the Avalanche play, which, by the way, the Avalanche are the #1 team in the NHL right now. They're really having a good season.
Yeah.
But you go down to the Pepsi Center and you end up paying, what, 60, 70? I mean, I went to a Nuggets game last week, and my ticket, even though it wasn't that great, was so much more expensive than the ticket I could get to go watch CSU.
Yeah.
I'm going up to CSU. As a matter of fact, I haven't told Seth this yet, but we're going to do a live broadcast from CSU basketball if we can work it into his schedule, because the poor guy works 6 days a week.
Hey, I think that would be awesome. And I mean, you're right, college prices, which is crazy because a lot of these guys are future NHLers or future NBAers, because you're looking at look at Cale Makar, played for UMass. They pulled him right after his team was eliminated, and he went out and he was a big factor in for the Avalanche right away. So you get a cheap ticket to watch these future pros. And
in a great venue.
Yeah, St. Cloud State and DU are both in the top 10, and I already have tickets for that game. It was less than $40 a ticket.
March 3rd, March 4th. Put it on your calendar.
February 3rd.
Oh, is it
February
February?
4th. We're coming up in 2 weeks.
Oh, so 2 weeks? Okay. See how excited I am? I don't even know what date it is.
Because they're going to have, I don't know, I'll have to look more into this, but
Okay.
they might have to take a break, or they're going to be playing down players, which could affect these college players' season this year, because we are sending college athletes to the Olympics.
Oh, it's awesome. Now, the great thing about college hockey is it, you know, it finishes up with a thing called the final, the Frozen Four. Frozen Four. And it's a lot like the college basketball. College basketball has the Final Four. Okay? And we don't want to forget about the women out there, because we're going to talk a little bit more about Becky Hammond and her move from the NBA to the WNBA. We're also going to feature in a couple weeks. Now, February 3rd, the Olympics start. So we're going to have a blockbuster show to preview the Olympics, and what we're going to focus on are the obscure events, and we are going to focus on the women athletes of the Winter Olympics. Let's face it, Seth, women athletes, these women are so much fun to watch. They're so competitive, and I'm telling you, they're beautiful. They're beautiful, just poetry in motion.
Yeah, I think the big thing with women's sports too is you don't even notice the difference when you're watching the Olympics. Yeah, there might be a differentiator with time, but watch the biathlon. Those women are beasts.
Oh my goodness,
it is amazing to watch.
And I mentioned Mitch Enrine. He was an ex-Bronco. He played a couple different places. His wife, okay, who he met, I think when he was at Wyoming, she was in the Olympics for shooting. So we'll talk a little bit about them. You know, matter of fact, they're people that we can get to come on our show. I know them quite well, and I know that they wouldn't have a problem coming down to Brothers for an afternoon and doing a segment with us. So we're going to start bringing in some guests, okay? Woody Page, okay? Woody, if you're out there, hey, buddy, I remember hanging out with you and watching the Kentucky Derby consecutively. And Woody Page, remember from Around the Horn?
Yep.
We're going to start bringing in some celebrities. And you know what? Why not? You know, we've been doing this show. We're coming up on our 30th show. Matter of fact, there's some that didn't even upload, so I think we're already past 30. But you know what? It's time to start bringing some things in. I've got a microphone now, and we've got some lighting, and we've got some cameras. So you're going to see the show's going to look a lot different. We're not going to be sitting this close together. Okay?
I mean, we're close, but not that close.
Yeah, exactly. So this week, let's remember, the show will be broadcast live from Brothers Bar and Grill in the shops at Northfield. You want to come up and watch us do the show? Hey, we've got a whole mezzanine section. Seth is the general manager. You know, we'll get a couple beers up here, and you guys can watch it. And you know what? We'll even bring some of you guys that want to come up here, and we'll put you on the air. Why not, right? Yeah. You know, just don't suck, right? Isn't that what they say? Don't suck.
You never know if you suck until you try.
That's right. That's right. Matter of fact, I was watching our first show this morning when it was Seth's debut. And I'm going to share that video. You have it. It's part of that YouTube channel. So if you go to our YouTube channel, and right now it's in Jim Gulick, but if you go in there and look, you can see all 26 shows that we have posted. And some of them are pretty interesting if you go back and watch. I mean, it's cool to go back to October and watch how we're talking about college football, you know, and also the NBA football, because we featured 6 games, and then we did 6 games in the NBA or the NFL.
College football and the NFL.
Exactly, and our shows are really good. There's a lot of content. I'm looking at our preview. It's already been 10 minutes, so we're going to let you folks go. What time is it on Saturday? 1 o'clock, YouTube. Look on Facebook. Look on Instagram. Look on Twitter. The Dr. Jimbo Love Show -remote. Seth, I'm excited.
I'm super excited.
I'm going to let you take us out.
Yeah, and if you guys have any comments, just leave them there. We're open to any suggestions you guys have of any topics you want us to cover. We are open for anything.
Absolutely. We look forward to seeing you this weekend. Have a great rest of your week. And remember, get down to Brothers, and you can watch us live. What?